Now we're going to do his buckle. So we're going to use the block digitising tool for that. I haven't used this tool before on any of my videos, so this will be a new little lesson. And so we'll select the tool and we'll select our colour, and I think yellow would be a good colour for a buckle, or a gold colour. Excuse me. And I'm just going to show all again. I'm going to zoom in very close to this because it's such a small buckle we're going to digitise, and you won't see very much if I don't. So, and always it's a good idea to be zoomed right in when you're digitising, because you get a much more accurate positioning of your nodes. So with the block digitising tool, and we're going to use a satin fill, so we just set that there. You basically make blocks of stitches, and the angle of the stitches follows the vertical lines or horizontal lines. You'll see what I mean when I start to do it. So you start by, if you're doing a straight line, you would start by left clicking and left click directly below it to make the shape, and then start the other end of your block of stitches. So I'm going to put a straight up and down block here, and then you're going to complete your block of stitches with your fourth click. What will happen is this area here will fill with stitches, and they will be in the direction, the stitches will run in the direction of these vertical lines here. Now I want to go around the corner of the buckle, and I would like that curved, so I'm going to right click and here, about here, and then here, and don't worry that it doesn't look very good just at the moment. And then I'm going to do a left click here, because it will we can move these nodes later when we're finished. So I've now got two left click nodes there, which means I can now do a straight area, and because I'm going to go down below the belt, I can do it in one block. Left click there and left click there. So the stitches here will go horizontally across this way, then they will radiate around the curve and then go vertically along this area here. So you can actually control which direction your stitches will go in. So we're going to now do the curved area for the next corner. Just straighten it up with some left clicks, and we can go across to the other end of the buckle. Just do this freehand. It looks has much more character if it's not absolutely perfect. And going around the corner, and up here to across the belt, and we're going to go around the corner here. Now if you're doing a closed shape with this tool, you do need to make sure that your last two clicks are exactly on top of the first two clicks, so that it closes the object up. Now I know this looks rather ugly here, I'm going to fix that in a minute, but first of all I'm just going to press enter, and we have a little buckle there in satin stitch, and I'm just going to select it and choose my reshape tool, and this is where you can fine tune your shape. As I said, it doesn't have to be perfect, and it is a very small shape, so that looks pretty good to me. Maybe we could make this top bit just a little bit wider. That's better, it's more in scale now. When you're happy with the shape, just hit your enter button and select button and click off the object. Let's go back to show all. So now he has a little gold buckle on there, and I'm going to select it and remove overlaps. Now I just put a little gold button here, I think, and we can use our circle tool for that. So just left click on the circle tool. We've still got a satin fill, and so we can just make ourselves a little button. Okay, let's go to the artistic view and have a look at that. That's quite nice, isn't it? Now, because I've done all the digitising for the part that I want to make applique, I can now select the, just go back to the design view. I can now select all the areas that are going to be included in the applique. In this case, I'm going to not bother selecting the buckle or the button because I've got intersecting lines with the black and the red. So I'm just going to select the red, control, black, 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 and red. Whoops a daisy. If you ever do that and you move an object accidentally like that, just left click to plant it where it was and go undo, and it'll put it back. So don't panic if that happens to you. Right, now we can go and click on our advanced applique, and a new window will open up and we'll have a hatched area where the fabric can go. And so up here we can place the fabric and colour in patches, and we've got one patch here you'll find when I click on place fabric, and I'm going to go to the apple butter red. That would be lovely. And I'm going to go over here, and you can see that a white line appears around the area that the fabric's going to go into, and it actually runs up through here. So that'll be one piece of fabric, which will be great. So we'll just left click on there and it fills it with fabric. And we can now go back, and here we get an option we can have it to set the colours automatically. We can have set stitch types automatically, or we can set stitch types manually. If we want to decide how we want the applique to stitch out, we can click on this one, and we need to select one or more of the boundary segments, then set the parameters below. So let's click on the red bound, or just left click once we've got the boundary up. That's the white line, and once we left click it turns pink. And now we can decide if we want a placement line, a cutting line, a tack down line, and how wide and the spacing we want, and the colours, and the offset, whether we want the tack down and cutting line to be offset to the whether we want the tack down to be offset to the inside or the outside of the area. I'm just going to leave these as they are. The default settings in the software are usually pretty good, but you can play around with these if you like. So I'm just going to go back. So I could have in fact set the stitch types automatically, and that would have done the same thing. Now we've done all that, we can close and left click off.